Hey guys, Royal here, and welcome back to more Royal Plays Minecraft. In this episode, I'm going to be finishing up house renovations and just talking about stuff that interests me. So, you know, standard fare. And, oh, I have enough diamonds to actually make a full suit of armor. Wow. That's crazy. So I guess a good place to start for topics is, first of all, Shadow of the Erdtree finally got a gameplay trailer and a release date. Comes out June 20th, and I'm really excited. I loved Elden Ring. Still do, in fact. And I'm considering doing a stream playthrough of it, like Road to Shadow of the Erdtree, on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Regal Royal was taken, if you're interested. And it looks really good. It looks really good. The new weapon types look amazing, for one. Like, so far, the ones we have confirmed are, there's like a shield that can be used as a weapon with like blades on it, though that might just be a shield with like a unique skill. A unique Ash of War, as they're called in the game. There's, what else? Oh, right, there's an Odachi, which is, it's a type of katana that's more like a greatsword, I believe. Like, it's styled after a katana, but it's more akin to a greatsword than a standard katana. And I have a friend who's excited about that because he loves Odachis. I kind of hope that the Odachi weapon type, or whatever they end up calling it, is actually a dex weapon, because dex users could use a great sword. I think that would be cool. Especially since the entire reason that, what was it called? I believe flails were added to kind of bridge the gap between, strength builds and dex builds by, giving strength users access to bleed or something like that. Or I could be wrong. It has been a while since I played, so I could be misremembering what they were meant to do. Oh, this music's really nice. Good. Yeah, it was really good timing on the music coming in when I started actually, you know, talking. But what else? Oh yeah, there was also the monk fist thing, which like is basically just a bare-handed moveset, which reminds me of the dragon bone fist weapon in Dark Souls 2, if anyone remembers that. That was one of my favorite weapons from that game. I love Dark Souls 2. It is actually my favorite of the trilogy. I know some people don't like it, and I understand why. I totally get the complaints. But I don't know, it just always resonated with me. In a way that's hard to describe. You know what, actually, I'm going to head down to the mines and see if I can find some obsidian. But yeah, Shadow of the Erdtree looks amazing. Just genuinely fantastic, and I can't wait. I'm also really excited to see, like, what Mesmer the Impaler's whole deal is. Because something that was pointed out is that he's very likely related to the Impaler Catacombs location in the base game. Because, you know, Mesmer the Impaler Catacombs. Not that much of a stretch, is it? Should probably grab the rest of this copper while I'm here. And I'm also interested to see, like, how the whole Land of Shadow thing is going to expand on the lore. Something about, like, where Queen Marika first set foot, which either implies she's from the Lands of Shadow, or she went there on her way to become the patron goddess of the Golden Order. I don't know, we'll have to see. Obviously, like, we don't know for sure. Well, we've got us rotten flesh for food, but whatever. I mean, I have three, I have enough wheat to make, 2 bread, but, I'll be fine. What else was there? There was another weapon type I'm forgetting. Let's see, there was the Odachis, there was... Okay, yeah, so I was right. The bladed shields are a new class of shield that are meant for both defense and offense, and the other one is like a reverse grip curved sword, which is just so cool. Also something about, like, throwing daggers, which might be a new weapon type, or it might be oh gosh. It might be a new set of, dual daggers or something, like a weapon that when you two-hand it, you have two of them, and the skill associated with them is throwing knives. I'm also interested in that crossbow that, like, fires 6 bolts at once. Or it's just like a machine gun, basically. That actually looks like it's going to be really fun. I'm definitely going to need to get together an endgame build to be able to experience the brunt of the content, which is fine. I accidentally deleted my original save, which is frustrating, but, that's on me. That's wholly my mistake. Hello? The sword just breaking. Ow. Rude. Rude. Sir, where are you going, sir? Sir? Sir, what is happening here? Oh, I see. You're trying to pathfind to me. That go okay for you? Doesn't look like it did. There's also apparently something that they borrowed from Sekiro. Like, if you've ever played Sekiro, you'll remember the memory system. For those who haven't played Sekiro, which I hope I'm saying that right. It's not, I don't think it's Sekiro. I think it's Sekiro. Or Sekiro. Sekiro. Yeah, I think that's right. But if you've never played that game, there was a system where upon defeating certain bosses, mostly like, unique story important bosses, you would get a memory, and then that memory would increase your base damage output. Apparently something similar is being introduced for Shadow of the Erdtree, because they've scaled it in such a way that endgame builds aren't just going to trounce everything, which is a very real concern, and I completely understand their desire to mitigate that, because they don't... Because, like, if you have an endgame build, and you just waltz all over the content, then that's not very satisfying, is it? So I totally get them wanting to do something to mitigate that issue, and I'm really interested to see what it's like. But yeah, apparently they're introducing a similar system, which is also probably going to do a good job of incentivizing people to explore, because they're going to need to do things to get damage upgrades. Because that's what they are. They're just straight up damage upgrades without having to level. Like, it's separate from the leveling system. Kind of puts me in mind of, like, a Metroidvania where, like, you find upgrades to your stats throughout the world rather than from leveling. I don't know, there's something there. It also kind of reminds me of the rune shard system from, what was it? Dark Moon, I think, was the mod, or something else. Yeah, I think it was Dark Moon. Where basically you could find rune shards and then you could combine them into a binding rune and then use that to improve something. It was basically meant to be like a progression system, like a long-term progression system outside of rune leveling. Because, there's, like, level caps on stats. Soft caps where, like, the gains you get from them are suddenly very minuscule, and then hard caps where, like, you just can't go any further. I'm very interested to see what From Software is cooking. I will say the release date is kind of unfortunate, because there's another game coming out that I've had my eye on called Inatria the Last Song. And that game comes out literally a day after Shadow of the Erdtree, and it's just like, dude, they're so cooked. Have we learned nothing from what happened to the Horizon games? What happened to Babylon's Fall? You don't release an action RPG around the same time as a new FromSoft or Zelda game. You just don't. You're going to get overshadowed. You're going to get pop culture deleted. The Horizon game thing is so funny because, like, people like those games. They enjoy those games despite whatever flaws they might have. But they keep having such bad release timing. Like, I'm pretty sure they released a VR game or something, and then the Elden Ring DLC got, like, announced right after. I feel bad for the developers of those games. They're doing their best, but they have such bad luck with, like, the release dates and stuff. And I feel like it's not even their fault. I feel like it's on Sony mandating, like, certain release dates. And then, and then when it turns out they should probably delay because, you know, otherwise they're going to just get completely overshadowed. Sony's like, nah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, I feel like the developers of Anatria should delay if they don't want their game to just get completely pop culture deleted after release. Because, like, releasing a day before Shadow of the Erdtree would already be pretty bad. But releasing literally the next day, no one's going to pay attention. And that sucks because it looks like a cool game. I do want to play it. And I probably will after I finish Shadow of the Erdtree. Best of luck to the developers, though. I do hope the game does well. Also, I'm going to need lapis. How much did I get from that? I probably already had some in my inventory. I'll have to go back and check. But I currently have 16, which is pretty good. You know what? I should go on a lapis collecting spree. Because now I think I have most of everything I need in order to make an enchantment table. And since I'm going to have diamond armor soon, I would like to get that enchanted. Also, I have a question. So, once I've, you know, quote-unquote, beaten this game, what mods would you guys like to see me install? Because I've got my eye on a few mods. On a few. I almost said a few ones, which would have been weird English. But I've got my eyes on a few mods. First of all, the Aether mod, obviously. Like, the Aether mod is the quintessential Minecraft mod, I feel, when we're talking about, like, you know, content mods. Because it's been around for a while. It even got, like, you know, a remaster that updated it to the newest versions fairly recently-ish. So, you know, I do want to check that out. There was also the Mind Cells mod, which I don't know if I should wait on that one, because basically what it is it's a mod that adds, like, a dimension you can go to, like a small dimension, because there's multiple instances of it you can encounter. That's basically, like, areas from Dead Cells and enemies and bosses and items. And I actually played it on a mod pack called Prominence 1, and it's really cool. Especially with that better combat mod that, like, gives weapons defined movesets and gives you, like, dodge rolling and stuff. But I don't know if I should wait on that. Like, wait for more content to be ported over. Also, Twilight Forest. I definitely want to check out Twilight Forest. I feel like Aether and Twilight Forest could be seamlessly molded into this, you know, into this world. But Mind Cells requires you to go out and find a portal, and that would be pretty difficult without making a new world. But yeah, but I do want to, like, wait on that one. So, you know, we'll just see how things pan out, I guess. What do I want to do first with all this obsidian I got? Also, I have 2 sets of sticks taking up too much inventory space. That's not ideal. Throw that, throw that, throw that. I need some level of organization in here, dude. I guess for the enchantment table, I could put it underneath my base. I'd need more leather, though. I also need friggin' reeds. Sugarcane. That's what they're called. That's what's called sugarcane. Sugarcane. English, Royal English. So yeah, if you have any mods that you want to see me check out, then feel free to hit me up. You know, well, not hit me up, but, like, leave them in the comments, and I'll take them into consideration. I do ask that, like, tech mods be left out of it, because, like, tech mods are just... I'm sorry, I don't like most tech mods. They're ridiculously complicated. It's like... Can we please calm down with this? There is such a thing as too much complexity. Also, there's some sugarcane. Like, making all these different components, like, guys, calm down. I'm not saying tech mods are inherently bad. I know that they have a lot of effort put into them, and they're very impressive. But they just make my head hurt. Like, that's just the long and short of it. They just make my head hurty. Ooh, what's this one? I forget what this one is called. Mice on Venus? I don't think it's Mice on Venus. God, Minecraft soundtrack is so nice. There are a few soundtracks that hit as hard as the Minecraft soundtrack. For completely different reasons than most soundtracks that hit hard. You know, like most soundtracks hit hard because they're intense, they're driving, you know, or they're emotional. But Minecraft music is just a vibe, dude. It's just a genuine, nice vibe. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? What else? What else? What else? Oh, yeah, I've been playing Shadow of Mordor on my Twitch channel. As you probably saw if you saw the video I uploaded a couple days ago. It's been really fun revisiting that game. Like, Shadow of War is great, but Shadow of Mordor is also really, really good. It's not a case of, like, you know, oh, the first game was just kind of okay, but then the second game was even better. No, I'd say they're both equally as good for different reasons. I actually had a nemesis for a bit, if you saw. Like, it didn't last long, because he hasn't come back yet. But it was Hoshu the Amputator. Dude would not stay down. Like, I swear, I would kill him, I would walk away, and the man would get right back up. It's just like, brush it off like nothing happened. It was ridiculous. Dude was just immeasurably resilient. And then the second time he came back from death, he was just an immortal god. Resistant to, like, nearly everything in my arsenal. Completely insane. Let me get these eggs thrown down. Why not? Sorry. Stop getting in the way. All right, let's head inside. But oh, what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I guess I can talk about my recent efforts to beat my Doordash addiction. So for those of you who don't know, which you probably don't because I haven't been entirely public about it, but no harm in talking about it. I, for a while, have suffered from a rather serious addiction to fast food, by extension Doordash. Because Doordash is an incredibly easy and convenient way to get fast food. Oh, there's monsters nearby. What? Who's keeping me up? I kind of wish if there was, like, no way for monsters to pathfind to you, it would just let you sleep. There we go. But, yeah, it was a serious drain on my finances for a good while. We're talking years. Like, multiple years of just losing so much money to it. And it was, frankly, the worst period of my life. But I was recently convinced by a dear friend of mine to delete my Doordash account. And let me tell you something. It is the best decision I have made for myself in a very, very, very long time. I am not even joking when I say that almost overnight I started feeling better about myself and about my life. Like, unironically, fast food, eating it too often will tank your mental health. I speak from experience. I gained a lot of weight. It destroyed my mental health. It made me feel like crap all the time. I was prone to anxiety fits very frequently. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not suddenly, like, you know, cured of my, you know, stuff of, like, depression and stuff, but it took the problems I already had and it amplified them. And then it tacked on, like, you know, anxiety about my financial future, you know, anxiety about going into debt. Holy crap, I can't talk. Very frequently I would have to beg people for money because I would you know, find myself at risk of going into the red financially, and then I would just spend that money on Doordash. It was a genuine addiction. And I'm so glad to have it out of my life and to finally, you know, feel better about myself and to be able to save money. And I apologize if anyone feels like any donations they put in are somehow, you know, devalued by my addiction. I don't blame you. Because if I was in your position You know, if I knew that donations I gave to a YouTuber that I liked, or a streamer I liked, or whatever, or any kind of content creator I liked, if I knew that money was going into an addiction rather than actually fortifying their future, I would feel pretty betrayed. But I'm working on kicking the addiction, and it's going pretty well. Like, it's like putting a degree of separation between myself and the source of my addiction has made it so much easier to not submit to it. Because the thing about Doordash, right, is it's extremely easy to use. Like, you just, with a few clicks, you have, you know, fast food on the way. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to get up. You don't have to go to the oven. You don't have to, you know, look at instructions. You don't have to, you just have to sit there and wait for your food to arrive. And then you have to get up and go and get it. Maybe go down a flight of stairs or something, you know, like. That's it. It's so incredibly convenient, like devilishly so. And it sucks. Because it's convenient, it's easy, and it's also dangerous for you. Because here's the thing. It's not just that fast food messes with your mental health and your physical health. It does, if you eat too much of it. Like, every now and again is fine, but, like, if you do it too much, you know, it's obviously going to impact your health. But also, there's the fact... Okay, you didn't hear it because I cut it out, but I just sneezed. The thing is, DoorDash upcharges really bad. The friend of mine who urged me to disable my DoorDash account, he told a story about, like, he needed medication. I think it was, not medication, it was a bottle of Tums. Because, you know, he was having stomach troubles of some kind, right? It was like a bit of an emergency, I believe. And he doesn't have a driver's license yet, so... Oh, hello, bees. He decided to order it through DoorDash. A bottle of Tums from his local pharmacy is like $8, which it's a little much for a bottle of Tums, but like it's whatever, you know, it's reasonable-ish. It's reasonable enough, right? But then you tack on delivery fees, the tip, all that. It came out to, like, I think it was $25 for a bottle of Tums. An $8 bottle of Tums. Now, granted, I don't know if rates in his area are better or worse than in mine, but it is absolutely insane that something so, like... Something so small as a bottle of chewable tablets that help you with stomach problems that normally goes for $8 could cost you $25 because you wanted it delivered to your house because of various reasons. Like, you know, either you don't feel good enough to drive, no one's out who can get it for you, etc., etc. And that is ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is ridiculous. And another thing someone brought up to me is that, like, the prices were better during COVID for DoorDash. The prices were better. Yeah, the prices were better than in COVID. And then they went up after, you know, a bunch of people got addicted to it because, you know, we all had to stay inside and stuff. And so like, delivery was the ideal way to get your food. And it is just absolutely ridiculous that I let it go on for so long. Like, I can pin the blame on... I can lambaste DoorDash for their pricing. And I will, because their pricing is completely ridiculous. I'm sorry. But if you think DoorDash pricing is fair, you must come from friggin' Jupiter or something, okay? But it was also on me to, like, I could have disabled my account at any time. You know what did it? The fact that I found out throughout the entirety of 2023, I made $25,000 in, like, commission money and, you know, YouTube AdSense money and you know, Twitch donations and Twitch payouts, right? All of that money went to DoorDash. I started 2024 with like $100 in my bank account. because I was wasting all of that money on stuff like, you know, Doordash, games, art commissions, but primarily Doordash. And as a result, I completely destroyed my finances, and I have no one to blame but myself, quite frankly. Come on, you two. Guys, this isn't hard. This isn't hard. Okay, fine. Here. Dude. Oh, why did it take you so long to get interested again? Mojang, please do something about that. I'm begging you. But yeah, Doordash messed up my finances because I just refuse to do anything about it. But yeah, I'm hoping to get out of this house by the end of the year. I don't know if I will. In fact, honestly, it's kind of doubtful that I will, but we live in hope. I feel like what I should do next is build some kind of roof for those, because if a lightning storm happens and lightning hits them, they're just dead. I definitely need to protect them somehow. I'm pretty sure I have enough copper to make like some lightning rods and stuff. Also, is this the same song that played at the beginning of the episode? Bizarrely fitting, because I'm coming up on the 40-minute mark, which is when I usually stop recording. So we're ending off with the same song we started with. Friggin' wild. Let's see. How much copper do I have? I have ideas. I have plans. Many, many plans. And hopefully those plans will come to fruition soon. But, you know what? We've basically hit the 40-minute mark. I think that that's going to be the end of it. Thanks to everyone who came along. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. I always enjoy doing this. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe. Stay safe out there, everybody. Okay? Goodbye.